A group of women in the legal fraternity have gathered at Johannesburg's Constitution Hill tonight to protest against gender-based violence. It comes after Free State Magistrate Mamello Thamae was allegedly killed by her husband, who reportedly placed her body in the boot of their car. Katleho Sekhotho is live for us tonight from the Constitution Hill. Katleho, good evening. It's been a devastating story for the family, especially given the fact that after this alleged killing took place, the husband made off with her body only to be discovered in Lesotho. Let's talk about what the protesters there are saying about this murder.
A very good evening, Kathy. Indeed, we are here at the Constitution Court, and it is a somber mood, and members of the judiciary, women from the judiciary, are here gathered to honor the life of Mamello here after she was found killed in Lesotho last week, Friday. Now, Kathy, what we know in this regard is that she went missing on the Thursday, so the 21st of September. Her and her husband were reported missing, and at 4 a.m. their vehicle was traced to have traveled across the border into Lesotho. Now, the body was then found. The police of Lesotho then found the vehicle and found her husband there, who then pointed out her body, which had been placed in the back of the boot of their vehicle. And since that incident, he has been detained, and it's understood there will be an extradition process to bring him back to South Africa, where he might possibly face charges relating to kidnapping and murder. So what's happening behind me, Kathy, is that women lawyers from the South African women lawyers of South Africa have gathered here, and they're paying tribute to her and also just highlighting the plight of gender-based violence. And I guess it's significant as women of the judiciary have come together to honor her life and to make a statement about the scourge of gender-based violence as it affects every sector in society. But to speak more about why we're gathered here today, I do have one of the organizers with me, Sis Liliwe, just to chat to us about what we're doing here this evening. Ma, can you just tell us, this gathering as women of the fraternity, of the legal fraternity, why did you want to do this?
Thank you very much. We are here today as women of the legal fraternity to put a stop on the killings and the brutal murdering of women in the country. When we heard about Mamello who was brutally killed by her husband, the person that is supposed to protect her, we then realized that we have a number of women that have been killed brutally, and women that are supposed to be protecting the society, women of the society, women that are underrepresented as lawyers. Now it is coming closer to us that we, as the people that are supposed to be representing the women of this country, as women lawyers in the country, we say we want to put a stop, and we say we are refusing to the scourge of gender-based violence. It has gone too far, and we are here mourning the brutal and untimely death of the magistrate Mamello Thamae and Zanele Nkosi, other slain women lawyers, wives, mothers, daughters, and our sisters. When I close my interview, I want to quote from Martin Luther Jr., where we say, in the end, we will remember not the words of the enemies, but the silence of our friends. I thank you.
I just want to ask you another question, Sis Liliwe. In terms of women of the judiciary gathering today, what message do you hope you're sending to ordinary South Africans about the work you do, but also the challenges you face in your own sectors?
Thank you very much. The challenge, what we are here, the message that we are giving to the women in the country, we are saying we as women in the judiciary are making sure, we are saying we're putting a stop on this scourge of gender-based violence, and we want action to be taken from now on to also make sure that we get proper trainings from the police stations for people that are interviewing the gender-based violence victims, and to make sure that their matters get to be investigated to the core. So we as women lawyers are taking that stance to say we are going to be able to make it a point that we get into those police stations where we are requesting to get a proper gender-based violence desks at the police stations, and well-trained people will be kept there, and we will make sure in each and every court across the country, because we are now all women in different provinces are having this night vigil in mourning our people that have been killed by their partners. We are here to light candles. We are here to make sure that we do a memorial service and mourning our lost sisters and the mothers of the society.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Kathy, you heard it there from one of the organizers, Sis Lily, where they're outlining that as women, they've decided to gather here, women of the judiciary, to pay respects to one of their own, considering their loss. And yes, it was a tragic incident where Mamello was, the story is that she was in Heilbron in her home in the Free State, and at 4 a.m. that car traveled across the border into Lesotho, and they were found at a lodge in Lesotho. And when police apprehended the husband, he did allegedly point out that her body had been stashed in the back of a boot, and since then he has been arrested, and possibly extradition processes are set to get underway very soon.
All right, Katleho Sekhotho, we'll leave it there for now. We'll stay with that protest throughout the evening and bring you updates from Constitution Hill.